Greetings, Lucky Legends. Welcome to the dojo. My name is Lucky, this is Lucky Lad TV. I'm your host for this video, and it's time for Lucky Analytics team building for the PMC Week 6 against the Sydney Krookodiles and my man Chris Sharp. Now, we did not have a very good matchup against Chris. He has Sable Talon. And as you know from my team builder and the live that I recorded with my Sable Talon team, there's only really one good way to beat it, and that is with Mega Diancie, which I obviously do not have. And the other part about it is that in the League format, Mega Diancie is not that good because it has obviously a glaring Steel type weakness. So you can run Hidden Power Steel, or you can run Steel Wing, you can run Natural Gift Steel. There's a lot of ways to very easily counter it. Whereas in the standard OU metagame, you don't need to run... Let me rephrase that. There's no guarantee that you're going to have to run coverage for it, because it's relatively situational. So, I have a pretty interesting team. And it's very iffy whether or not this team... I don't expect a win here. We really have a big challenge up ahead of us. But I am bringing our Darmanitan with Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, U-Turn, and Earthquake. Jolly Nature, standard set. Earthquake hits the Tyrant. It hits everything that Flare Blitz, Rock Slide, and U-Turn doesn't. Rock Slide, the only way it's going to work is if I'm able to catch Talonflame on a switch-in. Because Banded Talonflame comes in and gets a kill. That's it. Banded Talonflame comes in and gets a kill. Pretty much every single time. Between Flare Blitz and Brave Bird. I have nothing that reliably takes multiples of those except for Suicune, but Suicune loses to Spadef Talonflame or Taunt Talonflame as long as it's running specially defensive investment. It can literally stall me out of any move because of how specially bulky it is. And I know what you're thinking, just run Hydro Pump. It doesn't do enough damage. If it is running Max Spadef with leftovers, it will beat me 1v1 because it can roost off damage with priority and then hit me with priority Brave Birds, as well as it can burn me and taunt me. So, Suicune doesn't really help against Talonflame, no matter what you may think it does. So, that is Sun Wukong, our Darmanitan. Next up, we're bringing Malice. Now, this is a very interesting set. It's an Expert Belt set with Taunt, Knockoff, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. Knockoff and Earthquake hit most of my opponent's team. Taunt is for mostly the Talonflame, as I'm thinking about it. We can also taunt potential rock setters on my opponent's team, like the Tyranitar. And Stealth Rock is extremely important against the Talonflame because it prevents it from switching in and out freely as much as it wants, because Talonflame does take 50% from rocks. So it's very important that we get those up. Here's hoping that we don't get hacked or flinched. So here's hoping we're able to get up our rocks, because it's going to be very difficult to get up rocks against Chris because, like I said, he has Sableye. Mega Sableye, which, you know, obviously, first of all, it walls Malice. We don't do nearly enough damage to it. We don't have any fairy coverage on Malice because it doesn't learn anything. So it'll be very interesting to see how we deal with it, if we can deal with that at all. Next up, we have Bloodwing with Brave Bird, U-Turn, Roost, and Super Fang. Again, pretty standard set, Black Sludge. This thing is really meant to like wear down mostly like the Tyranitar with that Super Fang. Tyranitar is super duper crazy bulky. We have one main answer to Tyranitar. The problem is that one answer gets walled by Sableye. You see, Kaiten here, Close Combat is a guaranteed one-hit with 156 EVs invested into attack. Close Combat is a guaranteed one-hit KO against Tyranitar, even if it is running max HP, max defense, bold, or impish nature. It is a one-hit KO. The only way he avoids being one-hit KO'd is if he is running a a Choppleberry to take the fighting type hit. But if that is the case, he can't one-shot us back, because he would have to be running, unless, is counter Tyranitar a thing? I don't know. We beat Tyranitar. However, as you can see, we don't beat Sableye. Sableye walls us. because we can't Sucker Punch it because it can burn us, and it has access to Recover and Calm Mind for that matter, so we do not beat it. The best way we have at knocking out Sableye is either with just shitloads of Dazzling Gleams from Karaoke here, which is a max speed def Dazzling Gleam. Sorry, max speed def Meloetta with, fully invested into HP and special defense. Now, it's good. It's definitely a good mon. I like it a lot. It does work. However, it doesn't hit very hard without any investment, especially against something as bulky as Sableye. And I know what you're thinking. Sableye has terrible HP. Yeah, but it has crazy high defense and special defense, and without any investment, we just don't hit it hard enough. Thunderwave is... I'm hoping that the max HP, max speed def set will sort of, quote-unquote, bluff an Assault Vest, so that my opponent will think I'm not running Thunderwave, but I am running Thunderwave so that I can slow some things down, especially like that Alakazam. We wall Alakazam, it can't really hurt us. We do resist Psyshock, so I don't have to worry very much about that, and it doesn't learn Dark Pulse. So it can't really hurt us. And if we paralyze that thing, it becomes way easier to deal with. But there's one more Mon left on our squad, and that is Grayscale. Our, for the first time ever, mixed Kyurem. Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Ancient Power, and Iron Head. Now you're probably thinking, why Iron Head? Iron Head is for Cryogonal, and it is also for Tyranitar. Now, Tyranitar gains 1.5 speed def in Sand, so pretty much nothing that we hit it with does any damage. Iron Head does more than the other attacks. I could run like Focus Blast, but then I would have to run the risk of it missing a lot. Granted, Iron Head is not a one-hit KO. It is a one-hit KO on Cryogonal, which is really cool. I'm really hoping that he brings the Cryogonal so that I can Iron Head it to death, because that would be awesome. Because I've always brought a special Kyurem, because Kyurem's special moveset is better than his physical moveset, because you have that Dragon and Ice coverage. If it got Ice Punch, I could probably lean... Well, for regular Kyurem, Special will always be better, because it doesn't learn any good physical Ice-type moves, but for like Kyurem Black, if it got Ice Punch, it would be much more viable. Granted, it is viable because of how hard it hits, but if you were able to channel that 170 base attack into a physical Ice-type move, then it would have reliable Ice Stab, and it would be that much more dangerous. But that's our squad. Nothing crazy here. His team's really bulky and also has really good offensive presence. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to handle it, but I want to thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It's very much greatly appreciated. But with that, I'm going to get about. Best luck to you out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.